ഹലോ, ഇപ്പൊ ഓഡിയോ ഉണ്ട്. ഞാൻ പറയുന്നത് ഞാനാ. അത് ഇതിൽ നോക്കിയാ പോരെ. പാർട്ടിസിപ്പൻസ്.
എന്റെ കാണുന്നുണ്ടോ?
സർ വീഡിയോ ഓക്കെ ആണോ?
ഹലോ, ഹലോ, കേക്കല്ലേ? ഓഡിയോ ഹലോ, യൂട്യൂബ് അവിടെ മൈക്ക് ഓഫ്.
മ്യൂട്ട് ആയിട്ടല്ലേ ഉള്ളേ തന്നെ മ്യൂട്ട് ആയിട്ടല്ലേ ഹായ് എല്ലാരും കേട്ടോളൂ ഞാൻ ഹായ് പറയണേ ഹായ്
ഉം. ദിനേശൻ, ഗുഡ് മോർണിംഗ്. എനിക്ക് ഇങ്ങോട്ട് ഇതിൽ കേൾക്കുന്നില്ലല്ലോ. എനിക്ക് കാണാം. അച്ഛനെ അതെയോ? ആ, ഓക്കെ. ഓ, ഓ, ഇത് ആൾക്കാരിയ്ക്കുന്ന ഉള്ളൊരച്ഛനെ കാണാം. ഏറ്റുപോയി അവിടുന്ന്. കേൾക്കാം അല്ലേ? അല്ല, ഇപ്പം ഞാനിത്
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all participants from different time zones across the globe. I am Letitia Joshi, Assistant Professor, PG Department of English Language and Literature, St. Mary's College, Puthanangadi. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the International E-Conference on Digital World Without Borders, a multidimensional perspective. We are gathered here today, transcending geographical boundaries to explore the limitless possibilities that the digital era offers, shaping our global society into a connected, dynamic, and borderless world. St. Mary's College is honored to host this, our third international webinar, and we extend a warm welcome to our distinguished keynote speakers, panelists, and participants who have joined us from around the world. Our college takes great honor in fostering a research-oriented academic environment and is dedicated to nurturing intellectual curiosity, encouraging innovative thinking, and promising scholarly excellence. Through our numerous research initiatives, collaborations, and academic programs, we aim to provide students and faculty with opportunities to contribute meaningfully to their respective fields of study. This webinar stands as a testament to our unwavering commitment to academic research and global knowledge exchange. Before we proceed with the inaugural ceremony, let us take a moment to seek the blessings of the Almighty. I invite everyone to join me in a short prayer as we invoke divine grace for the success of this conference.
നിറയും പ്രകാശമേ ഞങ്ങളെ എങ്ങും തുണയ്ക്കേണമേ ഉള്ളിലുറങ്ങി കിടക്കും പ്രതീക്ഷകൾ ഉന്മയോടെന്നും ഉണർത്തേണമേ അക്ഷരമുത്തുകൾ കോർത്തെടുത്തിടുവാൻ ശാസ്ത്രസത്യങ്ങൾ തിരിച്ചറിഞ്ഞിടുവാൻ ജാതി മത ചിന്ത വേററുത്തിടുവാൻ ജീവിത നന്മകൾ കൈവരിക്കാം എങ്ങും നിറയും പ്രകാശമേ ഞങ്ങളെ എങ്ങും തുണയ്ക്കേണമേ ഉള്ളിലുറങ്ങി കിടക്കും പ്രതീക്ഷകൾ ഉന്മയോടെന്നും ഉണർത്തേണമേ ഉന്മയോടെന്നും ഉണർത്തേണമേ.
With great delight, I now invite Dr. Pooja A., Assistant Professor, Department of Political Science, to deliver the welcome address. Welcome, ma'am.
Good morning to all. Respected dignitaries, esteemed guests, faculty members, dear students, and all participants, it is with great pleasure that I welcome you to the third International E-Conference organized by St. Mary's College, Puthanangadi, titled Digital World Without Borders, a Multidimensional Perspective. It is my privilege and honor to extend a warm welcome to this esteemed gathering at the third International E-Conference of St. Mary's. We are delighted to host such a prestigious event that brings together distinguished personalities, scholars, and experts from various fields. At St. Mary's, we uphold the traditions of academic excellence and intellectual discourse, and this conference stands as a testament to our commitment to knowledge sharing and innovation. As I step into my duty of delivering this welcome address, I do so with great respect and enthusiasm, embracing the responsibility of setting the tone for this significant occasion. At this outburst, I extend my heartfelt greeting to Reverend Father Denny Cholapallil, Principal of St. Mary's College. His visionary leadership and unwavering dedication inspire and guide us in all our academic initiatives. On behalf of the fraternity of St. Mary's College, I welcome you, Father, to this prestigious initiative of our institution. We are honored to have Reverend Father Benny Mekat, Superior General, CFIC Italy, to inaugurate this prestigious event. His presence today adds great value to our discussions on the digital world and its boundless opportunities. On behalf of the entire St. Mary's community, I am delighted to extend a warm welcome to you, Father. It is an honor and privilege to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed keynote speaker, Mr. Kostika Goritsa, Chief Information Officer at the Foundation Our Lady of Good Counsel, University, Albania. We are deeply grateful for your presence at this prestigious academic initiative of St. Mary's. Your expertise and insight will undoubtedly enhance our understanding of this crucial topic, and we eagerly anticipate your address. Once again, on behalf of everyone present, I extend my heartfelt welcome to you, sir. I also take this moment to extend a warm welcome to Mr. Ashwin PK, IQAC Coordinator, St. Mary's College, who will deliver the felicitation address, and Mr. Nipin P. Kurian, Head of the Department of English, St. Mary's College, who will propose the vote of thanks. This conference brings together scholars, researchers, and professionals from various domains to explore the diverse dimensions of the digital world. As technology continues to override traditional boundaries, we must analyze its implications from multiple perspectives. I am confident that the discussions and deliberations at this conference will provide a new insight and foster meaningful collaborations. Once again, I extend a warm welcome to all and wishing you a fruitful and engaging conference ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Pooja ma'am. Now, it is my honor to invite Reverend Father Denny Cholapallil, Principal of St. Mary's College, to deliver the presidential address. His visionary leadership and unwavering support have been the driving force behind the academic excellence and innovative spirit of our institution. Father Denny's commitment to fostering a nurturing and intellectually vibrant environment has made St. Mary's a beacon of learning and growth. His inspiring presence motivates us to reach greater heights, and we are confident that his address today will set the perfect tone for this conference. Dear Father, we eagerly await your inspiring words. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Very respected Father Benny Mekat, our esteemed guest, Kostika Goritsa, respected dignitaries, esteemed speakers, distinguished guests, teachers, dear participants, and our St. Mary's students. It is with great pride and joy that I extend a warm welcome to all of you on behalf of St. Mary's College for this international conference on Digital World Without Borders, a multi-dimensional perspective taking place on the 21st and 22nd of February 2025. As the principal of this esteemed institution, I am truly honored to address such a distinguished gathering of experts, researchers, and academicians who have come together to discuss on the most significant and urgent topics of our time, the rapid growth and far-reaching impact of the digital world. The digital revolution has transformed every aspect of human life, breaking down geographical barriers and reshaping how we communicate, learn, work, and interact with one another. It has opened up new opportunities for global collaboration, growth, and innovation. However, this digital expansion also brings with it critical challenges that must be addressed here. Issues like cybersecurity threats, data privacy concerns, the ethical implication of artificial intelligence, and the need for updated cyber laws are becoming increasingly urgent. As we embrace technology, it is crucial to ensure that it is used responsibly, ethically, and securely. This conference provides a valuable platform to explore these challenges from multiple perspectives. Beyond cybersecurity and artificial intelligence, we will examine how digitalization is affecting various fields, including the humanities, literature, gender studies, social work, and cultural identities. We will also discuss the implication of digital advancement in the fields like healthcare, scientific, and space exploration, where technology plays a vital role in shaping the future. Our aim is to raise awareness of the risk associated with the digital world while fostering innovative solutions and promoting responsible digital practices. The insights and discussions from this conference will help us navigate the complexities of the digital age and ensure that technological progress is aligned with ethical values, security, and social good. I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to the very Reverend Father Benny McCart and our esteemed guest of the day, Kostika Guraisa, for being with us and supporting us on this auspicious day. A word of thanks to the organizing committee, faculty members, and all those who have worked hard to make this conference a reality. I also extend a special thanks to our distinguished keynote speakers and panelists for their invaluable contributions. I wish all participants an enriching and insightful experience over the next 2 days. May this conference inspire meaningful exchanges and collaborations that will help shape a responsible and sustainable digital future. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Father. We are truly blessed to have Reverend Father Benny Meka, Superior General of CFIC Congregation, with us today. A man of deep faith and dynamic leadership, Father Benny's guidance has not only shaped the direction of the CFIC congregation, but also supported and uplifted education institutions like St. Mary's College. His unwavering commitment to academic excellence, compassion, and service has inspired many in our community. It is an immense honor to have him inaugurate this conference, and we eagerly look forward to his words of wisdom and encouragement. Father, we welcome you with great respect and admiration. Please do us the honor of inaugurating the session and delivering your inaugural address. Welcome, Father.
Respected Principal Father Dene Cholapalli, other distinguished guests, dignitaries, professors, students, and ladies and gentlemen. A pleasant morning to all of you. It is indeed a great honor and privilege for me to deliver this inaugural address and officially inaugurate this awesome initiative, this International E-Conference. In this era of rapid technological advancement, we stand at the dawn of a digital world without borders, a realm where information flows freely, transcending geographical boundaries and uniting humanity in ways once thought impossible. This international e-conference, a collaborative endeavor between St. Mary's College, Puthanangadi, and Our Lady of Good Counsel Catholic University, Tirana, Albania, is not just an academic gathering. It is a testament to our collective aspiration for a world where knowledge knows no limits and collaboration defies distance. Technology has always been a great equalizer, a force that transforms societies. Consider the story of William Komwamba, a young boy from Malawi who, with no formal engineering training, built a windmill from scrap materials to bring electricity to his village. His access to digital knowledge through a single book lit not only his home, but also the path for countless others who now dare to dream. His story reminds us that the digital revolution must be about more than convenience. It must be about empowerment. But with great power comes a great responsibility. As we embrace this digital frontier, we must recognize both its boundless opportunities and the ethical dilemmas it presents. Reflecting on the recent AI Action Summit in Paris, co-chaired by Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and French President Emmanuel Macron, we are reminded of the urgent need to guide artificial intelligence with a human-centric approach. Prime Minister Modi's words, and I quote, "We must ensure that AI reflects the diversity of our societies and upholds the values of inclusivity and fairness." It resonates deeply. AI is a mirror of our collective intelligence, and if we do not consciously insert compassion, equity, and integrity within it, we risk creating a future where efficiency overtakes empathy. The challenge before us then is not just technological, it is profoundly human. As we discuss the intricacies of a borderless digital world, let us remember the lessons of history. The invention of the printing press democratized knowledge, but it also fueled propaganda. The Industrial Revolution brought progress, but it also widened economic disparity. Today, we stand at a similar crossroads. Will the digital age be an era of enlightenment or exclusion? Will it unite us or divide us? The answers lie in our hands. As we embark on these discussions, let us hold fast to a vision where technology serves as a bridge, not a barrier, a tool for empowerment, not division. Let us ensure that even in an age of automation, the values of tenderness, compassion, and human dignity remain at the heart of our innovations. Together, across disciplines, cultures, and continents, let us seize this moment to shape a digital future that uplifts all of humanity. May our deliberations be guided by wisdom, empathy, and an unwavering commitment to the common good. With this short message and good wishes and prayers of success, I solemnly declare that this astounding 2 days endeavor, this international e-conference on the theme of Digital World Without Borders, a multi-dimensional perspective, is officially inaugurated. And wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Father. St. Mary's College is privileged to welcome Mr. Kostika Gurisa, Chief Information Officer of the Foundation Our Lady of Good Counsel University, Tirana, Albania, who has been a dynamic force in ICT innovation, software development, and academic excellence. With his extensive experience as an ICT project manager, database architect, and lecturer, Mr. Gurisa brings a wealth of knowledge and insights to this forum. His leadership in managing complex ICT projects, along with his role as a lead auditor for international certification, highlights his dedication to technological advancement and quality assurance. It is an absolute honor to invite Mr. Kostika Gurisa to deliver the keynote address, and we eagerly await the valuable perspective he will share with us today. Welcome, sir.
Hello, thank you, and good morning to all. I will need your help sharing my screen. Okay. Hello all. My name is Kostika Gurisa, and I am Chief Information Officer at the Foundation and the University Our Lady of Good Counsel. I am very pleased to participate here today in this prestigious conference and on such an important topic. First, I would like to thank Principal Father Denny for his warm invitation and all the organizers of this event. I would also like to thank our President, Fratel Rogero, Vice President, Father Binu, and our Rector, Professor Palombi, for giving me the opportunity to share my thoughts here with you today. And lastly, a warm thank you to all the participants. I hope you'll enjoy the discussion we make here today. A digital world without borders signifies a global environment where digital technology eliminates physical, economic, and social barriers, and enabling seamless interaction and collaboration between individuals, businesses, and governments across different countries. In today's world, we may say that the digital advancement of technology have allowed people to connect instantly, regardless of their physical location. Whether if it's video calls with family and friends across continents, it's online shopping from international markets, or accessing global job opportunities, the internet has really created an interconnected society. The main objective of the technology, especially in our everyday life, is to enable a seamless and efficient interaction and collaboration in all of the everyday activities, such as social, trading, education, entertainment, financial, government, etc. I would like to focus on my slides today on just 5 domains. 5, I think, in my opinion, the use of technology has truly overcome border limitations. The first domain is the digital communication and connectivity, a well-known topic for us. In regards to communication, in the last years, a great number of applications have been developed. Social media platforms, instant messaging apps, and video conferencing tools that have made possible to communicate globally without effort. Let's take, for example, WhatsApp, Viber, Messenger, Telegram, and hundreds of other platforms and messaging apps that made it possible to send a message instantly anywhere in the world in a matter of seconds. Other social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, that allow us to share our achievements and life experiences and share our intimate photos and moments with our friends and family anywhere in the world. And even professional tools like Teams, Google Meet, Zoom, and other tools that make it possible for conferences like this one today. Obviously, all of these tools and apps require the use of data. And this data has brought up the need to high-speed internet, 5G technology with 6G coming on the way, cloud computing that allows for uninterrupted access of these digital services across the world. Now we have fiber optics networks that can reach up to 44 terabytes per second on speed. And we have even satellite communication, such as Starlink in the late years, that made possible even for the most remote places on Earth to get access to the internet. The second domain I would like to focus is the e-governance and digital identity. Many governments today have developed digital identity systems to streamline public services, to reduce the bureaucratic delays, and to promote inclusion across the world. For example, digital boarding passes and tickets. In the good old days, you had to print the ticket, wait in a very long queue and line for someone to inspect it. It was a draining and time-consuming process that now is just one swipe away and you're good to go. Also, biometric passports that have been implemented in almost all the countries across the world, that made it possible for the airports now to have automatic gates. And in some countries, you don't even need to scan the password. It's just face recognition and you're good to go. The gate opens. Also, applications like electronic visa have made it possible for multiple countries to have a digital process for requesting and applying for a visa. And lately, the European Travel Information and Authorization System applied in the Schengen have made it possible to just submit a form and get immediate confirmation. Online applications for official documents, tax filing, and digital signatures also have enhanced the efficiency and transparency, especially of government services. In Albania, for example, we have a portal, we call it Electronic Albania, that made it possible for any citizen to get a government service in a matter of minutes, electronically. Some countries, like Estonia, have even taken it a step further, where it is even possible to have an electronic residency, which makes it possible to run a business remotely in Estonia from anywhere in the world. Solutions such as KYC, Know Your Customer, especially in the sector in banking and university applied lately, have made it possible to apply and get an account or enroll as a student without even going physically to the institution at the beginning. Solutions like electronic signatures, PandaDoc or DocuSign, have made it possible to not wait weeks for the physical copy to arrive by postal services. You just sign it online and it's good to go and legally binding. The third domain I would like to speak of today is the cross-border digital payments. This is not a breakthrough, this is an old technology based on a very old system like the banking one, but it's really fundamental in what it achieves in terms of financial services. Fintech solutions like digital banks, Revolut, N26, Everbank, etc., have made it possible, have made great opportunities to share payments on top of the traditional banking systems. Wallets that are similar to digital banks have also made possible for transferring money across the world. And lately, the crypto transactions, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Ethereum, and non-fungible tokens have also bypassed any aspect of the traditional banking and have created a whole new way of transaction and transferring money and value-added services on technologies such as blockchain. Payment processors and blockchain-based financial models help users to transact securely across different regions. We have the technologies like PayPal and Stripe or Venmo in the American market, that these technologies not only as standalone solutions, but they also integrate diverse payment methods from different countries and cultures. Another important topic is the e-commerce and global trade. Traditionally, e-commerce is not a new technology, but it is the first one that overcame physical barriers with tangible products. Online shopping platforms enable the consumers to purchase products from anywhere in the world without physical restrictions. We have platforms business to customer like Amazon, eBay, AliExpress that made global trading easier, and even business to business trading, not only business to customer. Small businesses and entrepreneurs now can sell their products globally through digital markets. without needing a physical presence in each country they want to sell. Platforms like Etsy and Shopify made it possible for the local shop near my house that can now sell literally anywhere in the world. And finally, education and digital learning has been a huge success, especially during and after the pandemic. Online courses, virtual classroom, and digital certifications made it possible to access education anywhere in the world and develop the skills needed for the job market. Now, prestigious universities have started their own online branches like MIT OpenCourseWare or Harvard Online, Stanford Online, etc. And even with programs that can issue nano degrees and certifications known globally. Platforms like Coursera, Khan Academy, and YouTube tutorials made it possible for people to learn new skills regardless of geographical barriers. Massive open online courses like Coursera, edX, and Udemy made it possible to learn anything, anywhere, anytime. And of course, there are a lot of restrictions and impacts of this technology in our everyday life, starting with cybersecurity and data privacy and other aspects that have already and will be treated today. But I wanted to focus today on just one aspect, which is the environment. These technologies, it all runs on power, you know? So any use of the technology has an impact in our environment. Data centers, for example, and cloud computing that make it possible to access this information anytime and anywhere are currently estimated to use 3 to 4% of the global electricity consumption. And it is expected to be like 10% in the next decade. Also, electronic waste is also another big problem. More than 50 million tons of waste, of e-waste, are produced each year, and only 20% of that is effectively recycled. So anytime you get a new smartphone, think about that. Streaming services like Netflix, YouTube, etc., they also consume 100 grams of carbon dioxide for each hour of streaming. And also TikTok and Instagram Reels, which, let's be honest, all of us spend at least 1 hour a day watching Reels. It also has a great impact on the environment. And lately, the AI processing, training models like artificial intelligence, like ChatGPT, also consumes the same carbon dioxide like 5 cars for their lifetime. So my call for you today is don't take it for granted. This is just a reminder that all the benefits of the technology come at some cost, and we should not take it for granted. The digital world has removed physical borders, but it is our responsibility to ensure it doesn't create invisible environmental ones. A truly borderless world is one where sustainability and innovation go hand in hand. Thank you for your time and attention, and I hope you have a nice conference today.
Thank you, sir. That was truly an enriching session. It is my pleasure to invite Mr. Ashwin P.K., the IQAC coordinator of St. Mary's College, for the felicitation. Welcome, sir.
Respected principal, esteemed guests, distinguished speakers, faculty members, research scholars, and dear students. A very good morning to one and all. It is with great pride and immense joy that I stand before you today as the IQAC coordinator of St. Mary's College to extend my warmest felicitation on the occasion of the prestigious two-day international e-conference on Digital World Without Borders, a multidimensional perspective. The digital revolution has redefined the way we connect, communicate, and collaborate, dissolving geographical and cultural barriers. Today, as we navigate an era where technology is shaping every aspect of human life, education, business, governance, healthcare, and beyond, it is imperative that we embrace its potential while addressing the challenges that come with it. This conference serves as a remarkable platform for intellectual exchange, bringing together scholars, experts, and professionals from across the world to share the insights and innovations. The multidimensional perspective that will be discussed over the next 2 days will undoubtedly contribute to a deeper understanding of the digital era and its far-reaching implications. On behalf of St. Mary's College and the Internal Quality Assurance Cell, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to the organizing committee for their dedication and efforts in making this event a reality. I express my sincere gratitude to all the distinguished speakers and participants who have joined us from different corners of the world, enriching this conference with their knowledge and expertise. May this conference inspire new ideas, foster meaningful collaborations, and pave the way for a digitally inclusive and borderless world. Wishing you all a fruitful and insightful discussion over the next 2 days. Thank you, and thank you all. Best wishes.
Thank you, sir. It is my privilege to invite Mr. Nipin Kurian, Head of Department of English, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Respected dignitaries, esteemed guests, and dear participants. It is indeed an honor and privilege to be before you to deliver the vote of thanks for the inaugural session of this remarkable 2-day international e-conference, Digital World Without Borders, a multi-dimensional perspective, organized by St. Mary's College, Puthanangadi. At the outset, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to beloved Principal, Father Denny Cholapalli, for his unwavering support and guidance in successfully organizing this conference. His vision and commitment have been instrumental in making this event a grand success. A special note of gratitude to Father Benny McCart, Superior General, CFIC, Italy, for gracing us with his presence and delivering his inaugural address. Despite his demanding schedule, his willingness to join us and inspire us with his words is deeply appreciated. His commitment to knowledge sharing is truly commendable. We are immensely grateful to our keynote speaker, Mr. Kostika Goritsa, Chief Information Officer, Our Lady of Good Counsel, University, Albania, for his insightful and thought-provoking address. His expertise has provided us with a fresh perspective, and we look forward to future collaborations with his esteemed presence. A heartfelt thanks to Mr. Ashwin, IQAC Coordinator, for his presence and thoughtful felicitation. His encouragement and continuous effort in ensuring quality at our institution deserves special mention. A huge round of applause and heartfelt thanks to all the committee members who have worked tirelessly for the past few months to make this conference a reality. Special appreciation goes to Mr. Bijuman Skaria, Assistant Professor, PG Department of Commerce, for his exceptional leadership as the head of the organizing committee. The commitment and the perseverance of the entire team have been commendable, making this inaugural ceremony a truly enriching experience for all. A special mention to all the participants who have joined from this and various institutions, making this event a truly global platform for learning and exchange of ideas. Your presence adds immense value to this conference. As we embark on this insightful journey over the next 2 days, I extend my best wishes for the fruitful discussions, meaningful interactions, and valuable takeaways. May this conference pave way for greater academic discourse and knowledge sharing. Thank you all once again, and wishing everyone a wonderful and enriching experience ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. As we embark on this journey of knowledge sharing and collaborative learning, I encourage everyone to participate actively, share your insights, and build connections that extend beyond the boundaries of this digital platform. Once again, welcome to the International E-Conference on Digital World Without Borders, a multi-dimensional perspective. Let us work together to make this event a memorable and impactful experience. Today, 21st February 2025, we are set to host the first session of this enlightening conference. It is my honor to invite Dr. Anne Baby, Assistant Professor at Rajagiri College of Social Sciences, to lead this session. Dr. Anne Baby, a distinguished academic with a number of publications and paper presentations, will be delivering a compelling presentation on AI in warfare, shedding light on one of the most significant technological evolutions of our time. We are privileged to have here with us, and we eagerly await the insights she will share. The session will be chaired by Dr. Gio Paul, Director, Monty International Institute of Management Studies, whose expertise and guidance will undoubtedly enrich our discussions. I request Dr. Gio Paul to chair the session.
Respected resource person of the session, and my dear friends, very good morning to one and all. Today is a great day. We are entering to a great session. St. Mary's College of Puthanangadi, in association with the Catholic University of Albania, conducting an exclusive program, an international conference, and it is titled by A Digital World Without Borders. This e-conference is enriched with the support of a number of great personalities from the various parts of the world. And today, in this precious moment, we are entering to the first session of our international conference. The topic for the discussion is AI in warfare. Nowadays, the world is always promoting, and we are in the new world of artificial intelligence. This topic is a novel topic. At the same time, it needs a great research to deliver the session. Our today's session is going to deliver by a great personality, and person is having long years of experience in academic excellence, at the same time, the research and paper publications. And this is a great moment for St. Mary's College and all the team, those who are participating in this conference, to hear from the real scientific proofs regarding the artificial intelligence from Assistant Professor of Rajagiri College of Social Science, Dr. Anne Baby. Myself, Dr. Gio Paul, chairing the session. On behalf of entire team, I would like to introduce Dr. Anne Baby to deliver the session. Welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Gio. Hope I'm audible. Am I audible? Bijumon sir, am I audible? Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Thank you, Dr. Gio, for the wonderful introduction. Bijumon sir, could I share my screen?
So hope my presentation is visible.
Yes, ma'am, your presentation is visible.
Okay. Before starting the session, I would like to thank the principal, Father Denny, the management of St. Mary's College, Mr. Bijimon Skaria, and the IQAC for having given me an opportunity to share a few thoughts on AI in warfare. More than that, I'm very privileged to be a part of the International E-Conference on Digital World Without Borders, a multidimensional perspective, which is happening on today and tomorrow, conducted by St. Mary's College in collaboration with the Catholic University, Our Lady of Good Counsel, Tirana, Albania. So this is how I've organized the session. We will be going through a quick introduction to AI, a few real-time applications in AI, and then we would be switching over to AI in warfare with special reference to the Israel-Hamas wars. And we will even be going through a few research papers on AI in warfare, that too with reference to the Israel-Hamas warfare. And we'll be ending up with question and answers. In between the session, if you do have any questions, you can feel free to post them into your chat box. Now, before we go into what is AI, I was just thinking about in 2050 or in 2070, if I'm very much alive, I could have a choice, like what kind of a baby I want. That is what is an AI designed superhuman. Genetically optimized babies born with AI curated DNA. I could decide that I want a baby which excel in arts, because I have plans might be to send my kid for architecture. So that baby should be drawing well, he should sing well. Of course, he should have an excellent ability in fine arts, read the piano well. So I could have my own choice when I plan to have a baby. That future is not very far away. There are research going on where we have genetic algorithms where you can change the structure of your DNA and you can design your own babies. A next intervention which I would like to share is an image which was generated by DALL-E in the ChatGPT, AI judges, where might be few years down the line, we would be having AI judges to deliver verdicts, which would be, of course, 100% fair and bias-free. Because nowadays, with the judges and the judgments we have, we always feel that the judges are either biased or they do not deliver fair and free judgment. So this kind of a scenario which you see on the screens over here is not very far away. So with this introduction, let me just tell you what is AI. AI is something which all of us are very familiar about. We hear AI, artificial intelligence, we hear it everywhere, even use it knowingly or unknowingly. In very simple terms, it is intelligence exhibited by the machines. Decisions which humans can make, we empower the machines to make them. And how do we empower it? We make the machines learn. We give them a lot of real-time scenarios. We train them on it. We test them with dummy data. And then we claim that the machines are intelligent. So in short, AI is nothing but a machine showing intelligence, which in a normal manner, a human being could have done. Now, if we look around, we have AI every day in our daily life. Very simple, all the web search engines, for example, the Google search or my Yahoo search, ask.com, bing.com, any of the searching engines, they do have AI embedded in it. They very well know what I might search in an Indian context, in a Kerala context. And the moment I start typing it, they come up with a drop down telling this could be what you're typing, select from that. So that is also AI, which normally all of us come across. This is very familiar to us, a recommendation system. All of us who use YouTube or Netflix or Spotify, let's say you watch 3 action films on a row, The next time you open up Netflix, they would come up with a huge amount of recommendations. Because you watched film A, you might be interested in B, C, and D. The same way YouTube, when you open up YouTube, based upon your past history, based upon your past video watching times, you get a lot of video recommendations. The same way we have even in our Instagram or the Facebook, we have several feeds coming up. All those are enabled by AI. Very simple. Let's say you go for shopping, you shop in Amazon for a mobile phone. Let's say you shop for an iPhone. Next day onwards, all the accessories of iPhones would come up on your Amazon. And then the moment iPhone comes up with a new model, Amazon would let you know that, hey, a new iPhone model has come up. Why don't you change yours? So these are recommendation systems and the role of AI in it. We might be very familiar with the virtual assistants. Like on my phone, my virtual assistant is capable of recognizing my voice alone. I've set it that it does not recognize any other voice, only my voice. And even if I talk in a hushed voice, my phone is able to recognize me. Not only your phones, it could even be your TVs in the home, your smart TVs, they are able to recognize your voice and then help to do a search. All this is enabled by AI. We call it natural language processing. I talk in Malayalam, or I talk in English, or I talk in Hindi. My Siri is able to recognize me. Natural language processing. So this is also an application of AI, which we see in our daily lives. ChatGPT is something which all of us use. You have any kind of an assignment to do, even a mail to compose, you just give them the prompts. They compose a splendid mail for you. You need to give a talk. You just type the topic. They give you what all points you need to have. Even now, there is a catching computer science branch called prompt engineering. Degrees in prompt engineering, bachelor's degree in prompt engineering, diploma degrees in prompt engineering, where they let you know how you should prompt an AI, what questions you should ask, how should you frame your questions, and so on. The same way AI art, all of us would be using ChatGPT to, or any kind of an AI to make pictures. Like in the earlier slides, we did see a courtroom. DALL-E, which all of you might be very familiar, it is an AI product. The same way, when we go into games, we do have online games like chess, the normal chess which we play, or the Go, the board game, all of which where we can play with a machine. All of you might remember Deep Blue and the then just chess champion who defeated Deep Blue. All that is artificial intelligence integrated. You make the machine learn chess with the help of n number of games so that the machine is good enough to reciprocate a move which the human makes. The same way, we have autonomous vehicles. We have Tesla. We even have Waymo, where cars are capable of self-driving. How do they self-drive? They learn the machine first. They learn the car first, the acceleration, the way the engines work, after which they are trained with the roads with the help of maps. They are trained with the traffic signals. Together with that, they are even trained to sense the surroundings. What to do if a vehicle comes by, what to do if a speeding cycle comes by, what to do if human beings are crossing on the zebra lines. All these machines are taught. They are being trained on it so that these vehicles, they are able to self-drive. Now, if we go into the goals of AI, I've listed out a few applications which all of you might be very familiar, which might help in a lot of activities. Like very simple, let's think about the first activity, reasoning and problem solving. Many of you might have heard about IBM Watson, which helps in medical diagnosis, or Tesla, Waymo, which is a self-driving car, or the customer support chatbots we have in Amazon or in Flipkart or on any website, fraud detection in banks, game playing AlphaGo, which is again a combination of chess and the board game Go. This is how IBM Watson will look like. It is actually a robot which is implanted with AI, and it can help you to diagnose the disease. Provided you give all the symptoms, they would tell you what is your disease, what should you be doing, and so on. And then we have a self-driving cars, which I told you earlier. It works with the help of the maps, the surrounding vehicles, the surrounding people, the surrounding roads, the buildings, and all that. The same way, this is a snapshot of AlphaGo, where with the machine, we have humans playing. Another goal of AI is knowledge representation. How to represent knowledge in a very efficient way. Many of you might have seen this kind of a structure. I just did a very simple search on Shashi Tharoor because he was in the news for the past few days. Now, if you look over there, all I did on Google is Shashi Tharoor. What I expected normal case comes is the first link should have been a Wikipedia page about Shashi Tharoor. But now search engines, they have gone the long way. They have now implementing something called the knowledge graph. Now, this is the Google's structure of a knowledge graph. The moment I gave Shashi Tharoor, his latest photographs come up together with his Instagram page, quick details about his age, his spouse, his official website. If you go below onto the left side, you have the news, the latest news in which Shashi Tharoor appears. They do a facial recognition and then they get him out. And then onto the right side below, I get his details in Wikipedia. And because I am doing a search from Kerala and my regional settings have been set to Kochi, Kerala, I do get the translation of that in Malayalam. If I were doing it in somewhere in Delhi, I would have got the translations in Hindi, and then all the news of Shashi Tharoor, the national newspapers, would have come over there. This is what you call, in a layman's term, Google Knowledge Graph. So they've captured knowledge from all over the internet, from all over the world. And for a very simple person like me who searched Shashi Tharoor, I get everything I want to know about Shashi Tharoor. And then I can traverse along this. The same way, we do have a recommendation systems, as I told you earlier. You watch a film, they give me details about what I want to watch next. Because I watched Narcos, they give me details about such kind of films, Surviving Escobar, Pablo Escobar, Subura, Elias G, and all that. And they even show me the top picks, which are the top picks in that particular genre, which are the trending films in that particular genre, and so on. So all of you might be very familiar with knowledge graphs and recommendation systems. These are called the knowledge representation works of AI. Same way, AI plays a huge role in the planning process and in the decision making, where traffic management and route planning, they're the most important. Then we have the business and financial decisions, where I've quoted an application called Alphabet Inc. Classy, which we will be seeing now. And then, of course, healthcare treatment plans by IBM Watson, which we did see. The Amazon's AI forecast, which will help in the supply chain inventory management, smart cities, urban planning. The very simplest example for traffic management and route planning is Google Maps. All of you might be very familiar with it. Let's say you want to travel from Kochi to Puttanangadi, at least 3 routes would be over there. And with the help of the intelligence, what Google Maps do for me is, it tells me which is the most optimal route with respect to time, with respect to distance, and even with respect to the toll fares. And I can select whichever I want. Traffic management and route planning. The same way, we do have something called Alphabet Inc. Class C. This is for the stock markets. They do an analysis of the stocks, the shares. Like we have very simple apps like Grow. You have all these apps where you can analyze the trends in the stock market and then invest. The same way, I have a screenshot of Amazon's AI teleforecast where they show the trends of the sales. They forecast the sales 7 days to 180 days. They even give me an analysis of all the sales which happened in the past few years. They even give me a trend analysis of forecasting of what might happen in future, what could be the sales. So based upon the sales, I can decide what should be my inventory and so on. The same way, we even have smart cities and urban planning. For example, we can think about the digital twin city of Singapore. If we think in the Kerala context, we know that, let's say, you are planning a new traffic update in your city. Like, I was going on a normal way from the Info Park, Kakanad, to my Rajagiri College in Kalamassery. Let's say I was taking a normal route. But now the traffic police has decided that that normal route could make congestions. So I should be having a few diversions. I should be going through a few more traffic signals and then reaching. So in the context of Kerala, the testing, it happens with real vehicles, with real people in the real time. Testing over here in Kalamassery between Kakanad, it happened with the help of a normal working day, normal people. They tested and then they found it to be a failure and then they took it away. A few days later, they came up with a new plan. Again, we people on the road, we had to test it. It was a success and now it is implemented. But when you go into developed cities like Singapore, just like we have a physical world, they even have something called a virtual world. We have an exactly replica or a twin of the physical world, and all kind of new innovations, be it in traffic, be it in current, be it in the water, be it in the sewage, all testings, they happen in the virtual world. And only if they are found to be successful with a good optimal result, they are implemented into the physical world. All this happens with the help of AI. Countries like India, we are yet to travel more so that we have a virtual twin of the cities. It is not far. There are research happening, might be 20 years down the line, there might be a virtual replica of Kochi where all these traffic updates might happen in the virtual world and then only they are implemented into the physical world. The same way, when we talk about learning, we do have personalized learning by Duolingo. Duolingo is something which all of you or many of you might be familiar. It is actually a bot or an app which helps you to learn languages. If I want to learn Chinese, it helps me. So based upon my learning speed, customized courses for me. The same way we do have Google's Socratic, which helps you to learn through games. It is also a smart tutoring system where people learn any subject. It could be either algebra, trigonometry, it could even be fiction, it could be mathematics or anything for that sort. The same way we do have voice assistants for learning like Siri, Alexa, the Google Assistant, which many of us are working on. We even have chatbots, they're like ChatGPT. And I want to emphasize on a Microsoft product called Seeing AI. The Seeing AI is used in special education for the blind people, where it is, again, an app. So the people who are blind or the low vision users, they can learn with the help of this app. It is more enabled with voice and touches. So learning is also a goal of AI. The next goal of AI is called NLP, or natural language processing. The most simplest example is speech recognition. Voice typing in Google Docs, I just dictate, it comes as a text. All of you might have used that feature in WhatsApp. You have a microphone button over there, you press the button and then you talk, it is converted into text. Speech recognition, it recognizes your voice and then converts it to text. The same way, Google Translate, which many of us have used, you give a language, a sentence, it is converted to whichever language you want. Another very important goal of AI is sentiment analysis. For example, I have 3 texts over here. I am happy with this water bottle. This is a bad investment. I am going to walk today. So all these are text. It could be a text which I talk. It could be a text from my YouTube comments. It could be a text from my Instagram comment. It could be a text in any book. So each sentence is taken out and the sentence is rated or classified into positive, negative, and neutral. Now, if you look into the first sentence, it talks very positively. I am happy. I am happy with this water bottle. So I can say that the sentiment in this sentence is positive. The next, I bought an investment or a share or whatever. Let's say I bought a new phone. And then I felt that it isn't performing well. And I talk a sentence, this is a bad investment. I have a bit of hate in it, which means I am talking negatively. So that sentence is classified as negative. Look at the third sentence. I am going to walk today. There's nothing positive in it. There's nothing negative in it. So this sentence is classified as neutral. So that is what sentiment analysis is all about. You take a sentence, it could be from anywhere, and then you classify it into either positive, negative, or neutral. And then we have the summarize bot, again, which many of us would have come across. You give a huge text, might be 20 pages, and then you tell them, summarize it in 100 words for me. Within a second, they would do it for you, summarize bot. And Grammarly and the word editor in Microsoft, which helps you to do your writing. Another goal of AI is something called perception. The most simple application is computer vision, where my smartphone is able to work as a human. When my face comes in front of my smartphone, it opens automatically because it has a face unlock feature, which is triggered by AI. The same way, speech recognition. My Siri recognizes my voice. The same way, we do have the Microsoft Kinect, which you can look over here. Based upon my hand movements, my body gestures, the same things can be replicated on the machine. So when I write hello in the air, the same hello is being displayed on the machine. Many of us might have seen these kind of dance applications where we dance and then the same way the machine is able to replicate our dance. Even in medical imaging, where we take up X-rays, MRIs, and CTs, where we are able to diagnose whether we have any benign or any malignant tumors in our body. So all that is enabled by AI. The same way in prosthetic limbs. I have a picture over here where we have a prosthetic hand attached to a lady, and that lady has a small ball in her hand, and she is able to feel the ball, even though she doesn't have a hand. With the help of that prosthetic AI limb, she is able to feel it, to feel the ball, whether it is spongy, whether it is hard, whether it is cold, whether it is hot, and all that. So all these are enabled by AI. And we even have AI-powered satellites. This is again an image which is generated by DALL-E in OpenAI, where we can monitor the environment. We can predict when it would rain, what would be the humidity the next 5 days. Very simple. You open up your weather app in your mobile phones, you get all the details, which is AI enabled. When we go into social intelligence, we have social intelligence AI everywhere. You have it in your Facebook and your Instagram, the feeds which come in, details which you would be interested in. We even have AI in the HR and recruitment process. LinkedIn, it uses AI exclusively to make your resumes, to find out your work experience, to find out what areas you're interested in, which skills you are expert. That is why in a college context of view, we always say that have your LinkedIn updated. Nowadays, companies, they do not want you to send resumes. Instead, all what they want is they just want your LinkedIn ID. And with the help of that, they are able to fetch or scrape all the data. The next one is AI in mental health support. I've given an example of Warbot. Warbot is again an app which is bot enabled, where they will give you small jokes or small events, small activities, so that you can go better on your mental health. We even have AI in social robotics, where we have Sophia, the world's first robot citizen, which was done in the Emirates. Social intelligence in AI. Now we'll go on to our main topic, AI in warfare. All the applications we saw till now are how does AI help in social intelligence, perception, NLP, learning, planning, decision making, knowledge representation, reasoning, problem solving, and all that. Now we are going into a completely different area, like how can AI play a role in warfare? Now, when I go into this topic, I will be particularly focusing upon the Hamas-Israel conflict. I will be taking a few insights from various news, social media, and multi-platforms. Why the Hamas-Israel? Because, that is an ongoing issue, an issue which might not stop in the near future. So that is why I've taken the Hamas-Israel conflict. Moreover, there has been lots of research, AI-enabled research, which happens with the data sets of Hamas and Israel. Now, this is a newspaper cutting, which I took on the first anniversary day of the recent Hamas-Israel conflict start. October 7, 2023, it started. October 7, 2023, we had the recent issues happening. This is an article from October 2024. Now, if you look over here, those of you who can read Malayalam, you can look over here. On this particular day, we did have 52 deaths happening. We had bomb blasts in Lebanon. And if you look into the statistics, after a year, between October 7, 2023 and October 7, 2024, 227,000 houses, which means 66% of the houses in Gaza, they were destroyed. 80% of the healthcare institutions, which includes clinics, hospitals, orphanages, they were done away with. 90% of the people in Gaza, which means almost 23 lakh people, they had to flee their homes. They had to be on the streets. 70% of sewage and water, they were destroyed. And if you look into the number of casualties, 41,909 people were killed, and the number of bombs which were put in Gaza by Israel were 40,000. So these are the calamities of the war just within 1 year, October 7, 2023 to October 7, 2024. This is a news article which I just took today morning. So today morning, what happened is there were a series of bomb blasts in buses in Tel Aviv, and Israel, as usual, is blaming the Hamas militants for the same. So this was taken today morning, GMT 9 o'clock, which is the GMT yesterday, Indian Standard Time today morning. So this is a recent news, which again shows that this is something which is not going to stop in the near future. I've taken a few snippets of what happened in October 7, 2023. As we all know, the Hamas, they put bombs in a concert which was happening in Israel. And Israel, they did not sit simply. They started sending back bombs. And then again, the next war started. So this is all which we know about history. Now, this is again a quote which is said by Emily Harding, the director of the Intelligence and National Security. She tells that intelligence failure, it is like a plane crash. It's never one thing that goes wrong, but a series of things which adds up to make a disaster. Before we going into too much of details, let's go into a bit of history between the Israel and Palestine. I did get details from Biju Mohan sir that there would even be MA history students and faculty over there in the audience. Correct me if I'm wrong. So if we go into the history before Christ, the Palestinian region was considered to be the land of honey and milk, the promised land. And then there was a very peaceful gathering of always Arabs and more than Arabs, Muslims, Christians, and Jews. Earlier, there were only Muslims and Jews. After Christ, they had even Christians. So now, if you look into the history of Israel and Palestine, there were always wars in that area, Israel and Palestine. And it was always the Jewish people who had to go away from their homeland to other countries. So Jewish people, they have been all around the world, and they were also excelling in other parts of the world. Even if you look in literature, we have the Merchant of Venice, where Shylock was a moneylender. He was a Jew. So these Jewish people, they were always thriving, they were enterprising, and they did have a lot of money because they constituted and founded majority of the financial institutions all over the world, be it in banking, be it in the stock markets, be it in money lending business, be it even in research. The Jews, they were always excelling because they were away from their homeland. They did not have a homeland, and they were a very close-knit community wherever they were. Even if you look into the Jewish community today, they are a set of people who give too much priority to their age-old customs. So this Jewish community, they were always away from their homeland. And if we go into the World War period, the Jewish community, they helped Britain in the World War with money. So what happened is, if you look over here, this kind of a period where the Jews, they helped the Britons in the World War, and they always wanted to come back to their home country, Israel. But by the time they went away, the Muslims and the Arabs, they started dwelling over there, and then they made it their own country called Palestine. So in return of the money which was given for the World War, the British, they promised that the Jews, they will have a country of their own called Jerusalem instead of the Palestine, which is being dominated by the Muslims. So on this promise, the Jewish people, they started flocking all over the world back to their homeland. And that was even the time when the Holocaust happened. The Nazis, they persecuting the Jews. They started coming in back to their home country. And when they started coming back to their home country, it was always already a confusion over there, because there were the Muslims over there, there were the Jewish people over there, there were even Christians. And then the domination was by the Muslim people over there in Israel. Britain, as usual, they tried their divide and conquer rule, just like they do it in any of their Commonwealth countries. But after a period of time, the British crown, it was fed up with the problems with the Jewish people and the Muslim people. And what they did is they gave on the whole control of that state to the United Nations. And that is when we have something called the Balfour Declaration, where the United Nations, they played very safe. They decided that the whole would be divided, the whole land would be divided into two. One is for the Palestine people and one is for the Jewish people. And this is how the land was divided. If you look over here in the mandatory Palestine, it was the whole green. The UN, they made a dirty plan where they divided the regions into two. But if you look over here, the green region, it wasn't a single piece of cake. It was all over in three pieces, which you see over here, which again, the Palestinian people weren't very happy. But the Jewish people were also equally unhappy because they also did not get a single piece of land. And then there was always wars happening, encroachings. And then if you look into the 48-67, you can see that again, more land of Palestinians, they were taken control over by the Jewish people, by the Israelites. And this is the 2020 official map, where you see that all what Palestine have now is the Gaza Strip, the Golan Heights all gone away, and then a few tits and bits over here in and around Jerusalem. And no wonder the wars are still going on, where each region, the Palestinians and the Jewish, they want more of their lands. But if you look into the history of the Jewish people, they always have been people who have excelled, be it in literature, be it in science, or be it in any walk of life. They are the people who have received the largest number of Nobel Prizes. If you look over here, Larry Ellison, he is considered to be the richest person in the world. The co-founder of Google, Larry Page, he is also a Jew. The co-founder of Google, Sergey Brin, he is also a Jew. Steve Ballmer, Microsoft CEO, he is also a Jew. Michael Bloomberg of Bloomberg is one of the world's wealthiest people. The co-founder of Dell Technologies, the CEO, is also, and even Mark Zuckerberg founded Facebook, all of them are Jews. But the problem now happens. Having these many influential people, having these much computer science savvy people who are Jews, how did the October 7 attack happen? With too much intelligence, where you have the Jewish people who do high-end research, how did they not know that the Hamas would be bombing them on October 7, 2023? That is again an ongoing question, but we will not be going into that in detail. We will be even looking into the household income, region-wise household income. This is an old data, 2000. The latest data I could not get. But again, if we look over here, it is the Jewish people who have the highest income, annual household income, which is close to $72,000 per year. When we go into a topic, these are a few news cuttings I took from the English newspapers. The Hamas assault on Israel, it shows surprise is still possible. The surprise, as I told you, how did they not know that Hamas would be attacking them? Generative AI is playing a surprising role in the Israel-Hamas disinformation. This word is very important, disinformation, where, people are making machine-made fake images, so that, even the satellite imagery is compromised. How is Israel using Lavender and Daddy? We will be going into details about Lavender and Daddy. How is Israel using Lavender and Daddy to identify 37,000 Hamas operatives. Now let's go into what is Lavender. Lavender is an AI technique which has been developed by the Israel's very elite military intelligence. It is an AI-powered database which will focus on the Hamas individuals, and the individuals will be killed with 90% accuracy rate. So this is how the Lavender works. All these are news clippings. It is an AI system which will kill the Palestinians. And how do they work? They have facial recognitions of the Hamas militants, and then they would be using their AI-powered database to recognize them. And then once you get the correct location of the Hamas militant, it could be in a building, it could be in the market, you will be targeting him. The same way, they do have an AI-powered system called Gospel. The name is again very misleading. It sounds something similar to the Bible, but still it is an AI-powered system which will identify the buildings and facilities of the Hamas people. And again, they do not identify all the buildings. They identify only the buildings which have the Hamas militants residing. And this system is capable of producing 100 bombing targets in a day. So all this, they come under the AI warfare. Again, the ethicality of the AI warfare is still questionable. There are still debates happening on it. There are still researches happening on it. But still, these are the AI warfare techniques which are widely used by the Israeli army. The same way, they do have something called Where's Daddy. Where's Daddy is again a AI-powered system where the targets are monitored, their motion is monitored, their movement is monitored, and then the military is alerted. Again, ethics portion, it's still under question, but still they are using all these. We will be focusing on a few research studies. The first research study is by Rosenfield, where he uses NLP to analyze user and news bias in the 23-24 Hamas-Israel conflict. So in very simple terms, what this researcher has done is, as I told you, it was in October 7, 2023, the attack happened. The recent attack happened. So he took the data from October 7 to November 7, 1 month period, because that is the period where people would be reacting the most. After a point of time, people would leave the matter away. So he took X tweets. He took the Twitter, old Twitter, now X. He took the X tweets of people from October to November. He considered only the English tweets because he was using an NLP which can recognize only English. He did not take the Arabic, which would be posted by the Palestinians, and the Hebrew, which would be posted by the Jews. He did not take them into consideration. He took only the English tweets, and then all the tweets he gathered, he made it into 2 data sets. The first data set was all the hashtags, and the second data set was everything with respect to the various news channels. So the hashtags were #FreePalestine, #Israel, #Palestine genocide, #Hamas ISIS, etc., etc. And the news, he took into consideration the Sky News, BBC World, CNN, RT, Telegraph, Fox, and the Independent. So he took 2 data sets and he did an analysis on the data set based upon NLP. And this is what he came up. He came up with a total of 540 tweets. Mind you, he took the tweets only for 1 month. That is why the numbers are less. But still, these are the various news sources. For example, if we're talking about the Jerusalem Post, there were a total of 339 posts, out of which only 217 he found it to be relevant. And 217, it would be, of course, 64%. So this was the amount of news which was posted with respect to this particular hashtag in this particular channel. And he did a normal analysis of that. After which, what he did is he did algorithms. He did a statistical analysis where he did logistic regression, he did a naive Bayes, and he did a random forest. Logistic regression, all of you might be very familiar with, especially if there are statistics or mathematics students inside. Naive Bayes and random forest, they are also a regression kind of an algorithm, which we use very commonly in data mining. So anyway, he used all these algorithms with the respect of hashtags and the news, and he was finding out the accuracy percentage and the area under the curve of each. He even generated a word cloud. If you see, there are two word clouds. The one on the left, it is pro-Israel. Pro-Israel, which means based upon the hashtags and the news, the comments he got, he made a word cloud of the words which occur the most. Pro-Israel, which means people who are on the Israeli side, in their tweets, the words which appeared most were Gaza, Israel, Hamas, hostage. The thing which you see on the right is pro-Palestinian. Pro-Palestinian, which shows the people who were siding the Palestinian side, which were the words they used most. For example, they used Palestinian, Israeli. Look at the difference over here. Here they used Israel. Here they used Israeli. They used Gaza, hospital, because that was a big concern because almost all the healthcare institutions were shut down. Israel, airstrike, Gaza, strip. So these are the difference of the words. All these were generated with the help of NLP. And they even did of the various news channels, they found out using logistic regression model, how many tweets from each channel were similar to the pro-Palestinian or the pro-Israel. For example, let's talk about BBC World. In BBC World, out of the 2261 tweets they had, only 435 were found relevant, which means 19% of the 2261, out of which the majority was pro-Palestinian. If you look into CNN, the majority was pro-Israel. If you look into Fox News, the majority was pro-Israel. Independent, because the data was very negligible, they didn't look into it. RT.com, if you look, it was pro-Palestinian. Sky News, it was pro-Palestinian. And the Telegraph News, it was, Sky News and Telegraph, it was pro-Israeli. Now, all these are biased kind of data because it depends upon the number of people who watch it in each country. Like if you talk about Telegraph, it is mostly watched by people of British origin, which mean obviously it would be Israel. Now, again, if you look into the paper also, papers will also be having bias. For example, this is a study by Rosenfeld. Rosenfeld is of Jewish origin. He is from the University of Jerusalem. So this study will be having a more of, if you look over here, majority of the news channels, they are pro-Israel. So you could say that this study was a bit biased because it was done by a Israeli or a Jewish person who works in a Jewish university. That could be a reason. But anyway, this is a research which happened on the tweets of people all around the world. The second study, I've taken a neutral study by these authors, which again happened in 2024. This is a very highly rated paper, which appeared in Nature. Sentiment analysis of the Hamas-Israel war on YouTube comments using deep learning. Again, the deep learning technique is used over here. This is again a very neutral paper because all these people, they are of Ethiopian descent. They are not Jews by any way. They are settled in Ethiopia. They are working in universities in Ethiopia, except for this one person who was from Denmark. Excuse me. So we can consider this to be a neutral paper, which talks about Hamas-Israel war. And what they do in this paper is they take a YouTube comment. For example, I'll just show you how to take a YouTube comment. Like, let's say we have, I just have a video on YouTube. If you see, this is a video which came up today. If you read in the news, today it was shown that Gaza handed over the dead bodies of 4 Israelis, a mother, 2 babies, and another man to Israel. So this is a video which came up soon after that. Now, if you look into the comments, you can just take any comment. Look into this comment. How can they cheer while delivering caskets of dead babies? They are really sick. So what this particular study does is it analyzes all these kind of videos and take all these comments. So this is one comment which we can, of course, take it as a negative comment. Tears and anger, praying for the husband and father who lost so much. This is, I can say it is a sympathizing comment, which I could, based upon my study, make it positive. Such cowards, they hide their faces. So, each comment is taken and then it is categorized. So that is what is happening in this particular study. They take a YouTube comment, they do a bit of pre-processing, all the unwanted words. If you looked into the comments, they had a lot of special characters and all, a lot of unwanted words. All those are taken away. And then what we do is we take each word by word, and then we do something called training, testing, classification, which is more of computer science related. We are not going into all those details. Very simple. They take all the data and then they classify it as either positive, negative, or neutral. All the comments are taken. They took a total of 24,000 comments, out of which the majority comments were negative, followed by positive comments, and then the neutral comments also. So this is what they did. They take all the comments from the YouTubes for the Israel-Hamas videos, and then they classify it. And based on the classification, they are finding out using LSTM. LSTM is long short-term memory. Then you have many kind of techniques like CNN, convolution neural networks, bidirectional LSTM. All these are various training algorithms. All these are various training algorithms where we want to classify the data. These are the various training algorithms. So what they did is they took all the data and then they classified it based upon various algorithms. And this is what they came up with. These are the various techniques they used: LSTM, bidirectional LSTM, GRU, CNN. And then they found out the accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score of the various algorithms, out of which in the paper, they say that LSTM, it proves to be the best method. Another study, the study which we talked now, is a bit of higher orientation to computer science. The third study is a very simple study. It was done by these authors. And what they do is they try to take emotions. They try to take emotions from multi-platform. Now, multi-platform, they took all the Facebook posts and the Instagram posts of several people who were commenting on the Israel-Hamas war, and then they made a classification. Now, what they did is they had 2 categories. One is a category called love, and the other is a category called hate. So they made a 2x2 matrix. Love, hate, we are talking about 2 regions, Israel and the Palestine. So in one quadrant, I'll have love Israel comments. All the comments which talk about love towards Israel. Very simple, we love Israel. That kind of comments will come over here in this quadrant. And even the images, which talks about love towards Israel. The next quadrant is hate. Hate Israel. Look at this. They hate Jews. Israeli spokespeople repeated racist. So all this is coming inside the hate Israel. Look at this image. Israel is using genocidal language. That is a hate image, hate Israel image. So that comes in this quadrant. The third quadrant is love Palestine. Very simple. I love Palestine. Make love, not war. The birds love Palestine. All that comes in the love Hamas or love Palestine quadrant. And I even have the hate Hamas or hate Palestine, teaching hate. Mother who had 2 daughters taken by Hamas. That is hate Hamas. They hate Americans. It comes under the hate Hamas. So what this article did is, it took few phrases: love Israel, hate Israel, love Hamas, hate Hamas. So these are the 4 quadrants which we saw over here. They made a table out of it. They took huge number of Facebook posts, Instagram posts. They even calculated the average interactions, post divided by the number of people who gave it. You can look at the statistics over here. Love Israel has the highest in Facebook. Look over here. Love Israel has the highest Facebook post. Hate Hamas, sorry, hate Israel has the least. Hate Israel has the least. If you look into the Instagram post, love Hamas is the highest, followed by love Israel. And if you again look into the Instagram post, hate Hamas is the lowest. So, we can come into a quick conclusion. What kind of social handle are the Jewish people using? What kind of social handle are the Palestinian people using? And even if you look into the average interactions are highest for love Palestine, and the average interactions are least for love Israel. Again, they've done throughout the period. Look here, October 7, 2023 was when the attack started. So in that time, the number of posts were maximum. And when it came to December, be it the love post or the hate post of Israel or Palestine, both came down. It shows that, only when the war starts, people are bothered. Whether you love Israel or whether you love Palestine, only when the war starts, you're bothered. After, let's say, 1 month, people are not too much bothered. They are into their own business. They don't bother about what is happening in Israel or in Palestine because they no longer post comments. You might be bothered, but you might not be posting comments for the same. Number of posts over time. So, this is the top hashtags. If you look, Israel, love Israel, these are the quadrants. Love Israel, Gaza, truth, news, save Gaza, Gaza under attack. If you look into the religion-wise post, these were the hashtags which were done the most. Muslim, Islam, God, Jesus, Bible, hate. Israel will win the terror. Hamas is ISIS, and so on. If you look, love Hamas, it is free Palestine. Palestine will be free. If you look, hate Hamas, free Palestine, free Gaza from Hamas. These were the top hashtags, holy war. They even, started the politics. Yeah. Politics, Biden, Obama. These were the top hashtags. Hostility, terrorism, jihad. General chatter, food, photography, lifestyle. This was also talked about. And this research paper, it also generates images. They generate images using OpenAI. So this is one image which they created, loves resilience in Israel. And then they tried to post it across Instagram and Facebook so as to bring up secularism. A glimpse of Palestinian resilience. Love transcends in Israel. Colors of hope in Palestine. Love prevails in Israel. Peace prevails in the midst of strife. So, these are again images which are created with the help of AI based on this research paper. Taking the inputs of all this, they have created images and then they started to create a data set of it so that it can be posted in Facebook and Instagram. This is the 4th study. The failure to predict the Hamas attack insights from artificial intelligence. Because with all what we saw now, the Israeli people, they're very high in intelligence, but still somehow they were a failure. They were a failure to predict the Hamas attack of October 7, 2023. If you look into the intelligence portion, it was the Hamas people who won October 7, 2023, but they did pay very badly in the next coming year for that. We will even be talking about something called swarm intelligence. All of us might be very familiar with the word called swarm. It is a group of ant, bees, or birds working together. This is something, a pattern which we normally see in the skies. You have lots of birds flocking together. You will have a leader over there. And then you'll be having a flock of birds following the leader. And they come up with very beautiful patterns based upon the sensing of the speed of their neighbor and the feather movements of the people in front of them and at the back of them. That is how they make all these splendid displays on air. The same technique is used by Israel. They call it swarm intelligence. Technologically, they use something called swarm intelligence to make their robots, AIs, and networks working better. If you look into the technology of Tesla and Waymo, they are self-driving cars which go on the road. But they should be able to sense data from their neighboring cars, neighboring buildings, neighboring people. So that is how they coordinate with each other, or their smart sensors work together. The same logic is used in something called drone swarms. Now, drone swarms look something like this. You will be having a lot of UAVs. UAVs are unmanned aerial vehicles. You'll have a lot of drones or airplanes. It will be driverless, but they will be able to communicate with each other, the speed, the location of the targets, because Israel, they already have their lavender, they have the gospel, they have the GoDaddy, VazDaddy, not sorry, GoDaddy, VazDaddy, where they will be able to find out where militants are, where buildings are with the militants inside. They will get all the details. And with the help of these UAVs, which communicate with each other, they will be able to send bullets of high precision to kill them. So this is how they operate. It could either be airplanes or it could be very simple drones, which are small enough, might be research will make it small enough to hold it in your hand. So this is a picture of drone swarms. All these are drones. It happens in a swarm, just like birds in the sky. It's not one or two, hundreds of drones going together. All of them are operated remote with the help of artificial intelligence. I have a small video to show that. This is a excerpt from Angel Has Fallen, a 2019 film.
Hello, excuse me, ma'am. Shall I interfere?
If you remember in the video which we saw just now, there was an excerpt from a, hope I'm audible, sir.
Yes, that's audible. So, video had any sound?
Yes, you
No.
couldn't hear the sound?
Oh, yeah, we couldn't hear.
Oh,
You just repeated now. That's
can you hear the sound now?
no, ma'am. No, ma'am. It's okay. It's okay. Anyway, the matter is clear.
Okay.
Okay.
Again, that video, if you remember, there is a small 2019 film, Angels Have Fallen, where they show the drones coming up. But in 2024, 23 and 24, Israel was able to use that. So that was what the video was. It was showing about the starting from 2021, Israel has started to use artificial intelligence and drones in the war against Palestine. Something which all of us would have already heard about is the explosion of mobile phones and pagers in the Palestinian region. It was there in the news a few months back, where Israel, they planted chips which were bursting in the pagers. So that is the way in which artificial intelligence unknowingly comes into our life. Again, if we look into future research for AI in warfare, there are lots of research happening in predictive analytics for threat detection using satellite imagery. Based upon the images which the satellites give, how could you predict a threat to your country? The next is AI-driven cybersecurity, which all of us are very familiar with. Deep fake propaganda. A very simple example is last day I happened to come across a photograph or a video of a few Hollywood actors having a bath in the Kumbh Mela. And then they came against it, telling that they did not come to attend the Kumbh Mela, and their images were somehow made up with artificial intelligence. So that is how deep fake propaganda works. Disinformation, leaking out wrong information so that your enemy is misleaded. Again, AI can be used positively for crisis prediction and management, especially if you look into the Israel-Hamas. Palestine was highly affected. They had a lot of refugees moving out of the country, flying into other countries. They had food shortages, they had medical needs, but the outer world did not know about that. AI can be used positively to get all these data, to get alerts about food shortages, medical needs, and then these swarm drones, they can be used positively to deliver food, medical need, etc. The next one is autonomous aid delivery. As I was telling you earlier, if there is a food shortage or a medical need, autonomous drones or autonomous vehicles, autonomous unmanned helicopters, aerial vehicles, they can deliver aid. The next is mental health AI tools, especially if we look into Palestine or Israel, people over there have been very highly affected by the war. So AI enabled mental health tools can be developed so that they come back to their normal life. The same way, as I started with AI judges, who knows, in future, we might be coming across something called AI-based conflict mediation and even sentiment analysis of the public opinion. As of now, sentiment analysis is being done with the help of the YouTube comments, Instagram comments, Facebook comments, and that is how sentiment analysis is done. So there is always a propaganda to be nice on the social media. So sentiment analysis, which is being done with the help of the tweets or the comments, it might not be actually the public opinion. So there could be research even on sentiment analysis of how you talk, how you speak about the wars. And the most important is the regulation of AI in warfare. Because if you look, Israel, they come up with a lot of AI-enabled excellent technology, but when you look at the end, it is to target people, target militants, and then have high precision bullets into them. Like we saw things like the Lavender, the Gospel, the Where's Daddy. All these are things which come questionable under regulation of AI ethics. Even if we talk about the drone swarms, they are also questionable under the AI ethics because it was there in the video about their ethicality. So that is also a future research of regulation of AI in warfare, because as of now, there are no written documents which talk about ethics of AI in warfare. Though people just comment about it, there are no written documents, even in the federal states, talking about AI in warfare. These are a few references which I looked, all the recent references which happened after October 7, 2023. Highly cited references. They've been taken from all Q1 journals. So I would be open for any discussions or any doubts. I can send over the research papers to any of you who are interested in moving forward with more research on AI in warfare. I recently did a research with one of my students to predict the terrorist groups in the world. Again, we used a bit of AI. We used the Global Terrorist Database, the GTD, and we were able to do a bit of analysis of that. All that is available on the internet. If you need any of those papers or any of the papers which I did talk about today, you could drop me a mail or give me a message on WhatsApp. I would be happy only to send across all these papers. I'm open to any questions to anybody.
Thank you, ma'am. Now the time for the question answer session. So I invite your participation to this presentation. So normally AI is in a very vast topic. You may come across with various doubts regarding this topic and presentation. So now the time open for the question answer session.
Just to add onto what Dr. Gio told, there are a lot of applications in AI. I was just very specific with Israel Hamas because somehow I was very interested in that topic, and that is happening now. But if you go into the wars which happen in Ukraine, this is not the technology which is used. If you go into the wars anywhere else, Syria, this is not the AI which is used over there. Israel, as I told you, all Jewish people, they're very brainy, they're very rich. In layman's term, all of them, they're filthy rich. So they can afford these technologies, they can make all these. That is why Israel has all these. And that is where even if you look, the Arabs, they are funding the Palestinians. They are not able to come up with such technology because they don't have the resources for that. Arabs have money, but they don't have the latest AI technology. But Jewish people, they do have it. Even if you look into the research papers, excellent research papers come out from universities in Israel, especially when you talk with respect to agriculture or computer science. I'm not very sure about the management part. Agriculture, computer science, excellent research comes out from universities in Israel. Even if any of you who have gone to Israel on a trip, you might be wondered about how they cultivate things over there, the vegetation. Any questions? I would be
Questions,
happy
please.
to take up questions.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, yes.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Nada.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am, for enriching us about artificial intelligence. Myself, Nada, from PG Department of Social Work. As you mentioned about goals of AI, I would like to know whether knowledge representation is more adaptable to dynamic real-world scenario.
Could you go again, Nada? I didn't get you.
Ma'am, my question is that I would like to know. I would like to know whether knowledge representation is more adaptable to dynamic real-world scenario.
Yes, it is. Because if you look into the example which I told you, I took a knowledge graph of Shashi Tharoor. But today, if I take a same screenshot, I'll just share my screen. Okay, hope you're able to see my screen.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Let me search now for Shashi Tharoor. Okay, I searched for Shashi Tharoor. Okay. Now, I hope you remember the screen. Remember the screen, just keep it quickly into your mind. You have the Shashi Tharoor photographs. You have a few of his things. You do not have news feeds over here. Okay, directly I'll be able to see my Wikipedia page. Is it okay, Nada?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Now let me take my presentation. Let me take my presentation. I'll just go back to the Shashi Tharoor slide. Okay, can you see the slide? Now,
yes,
I took this particular knowledge representation, if I'm not wrong, 3 days back. And that was when Shashi Tharoor was there in the news. So I got the top stories of him over there. Are you able to understand? This was a screenshot. This was a knowledge graph, which I took from Shashi Tharoor 3 days back. But today, when I took it, it is completely different. Can you see the difference? There are no news articles about him because he is no longer relevant now, which means it is very much dynamically adaptable. Knowledge representations are always dynamically adaptable based upon the data you use. Because this is, I did a Google representation. Yes, it is very much dynamically adaptable. I don't have any news over here, but if you look over here, 3 days back, he was in the news. So I have Tharoor Varimo, DYFI startup and all that. Hope you're able to get it. Okay, Nada?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Hi, ma'am.
Yes,
Am I
hello.
audible?
Yeah, audible.
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, ma'am. And thank you for the valuable information regarding artificial intelligence. Myself, Malavika. I'm from PG Department of Social Work. And I would like to know what measures can be taken to prevent AI-driven conflicts.
AI-driven conflicts in war, you mean? AI, how can you prevent AI in war?
Yes.
As an individual, nothing can be done from my side. But this is again a question which has to be taken up by countries, whether they should be adopting AI in war or not. See, when wars happen, everybody wants to win. They are not bothered about what technique they use. They just want to win. So, they can use anything. They use anything. And as long as there are no regulations for AI in warfare, they can use anything. So from an individual point of view, I can do nothing. But yeah, these are things which countries have to decide. And you can go on using it as long as there are no regulations.
Okay,
Anybody
ma'am,
else?
thank you.
Anybody else to ask? Anyway, I think it's the time to conclude the session. Before getting into the conclusion, so we are very thankful to Dr. Anne Baby Madam. She was explaining the concept with a simple start, because what is AI? With the example of iPhone, she was explaining the concept and starting from that iPhone and whatever the day-to-day activity what we are performing. Based on that one, she was reaching into the concept of artificial intelligence and AI in warfare. And I was exclusively noting some point, disinformations and ethics of AI. All these are the important things in the field of advancing AI. At the same time, she was explaining some concepts that is a natural language processing concepts, and some concepts explaining with the support of new news and new trends. Explaining Shashi Tharoor, that matter was explaining with the recent news. Hamas Israel war was explaining with the new trends, what is happening there. At the same time, as we have mentioned, we can see that the ethics of AI is still in a questioning matter. Madam was explaining the concept with the support of a scientific proofs and scientific research, and it was a great session for us. And thank you for cooperating with our international conference. And as a chair, I would like to convey my sincere thanks to Dr. Anne Baby, ma'am, the assistant professor of Rajagiri College of Social Science. Thank you, ma'am. And once again, on behalf of the entire team of this international conference, the conference will be successful only based on the scientific information. Your presentation was the real base for that one. With a lot of research articles, you are explaining all these concepts. And thank you. Thank you for cooperating with our session. Now, the time for the vote of thanks.
We extend our sincere gratitude to Dr. Anne Baby and Dr. Geopol for facilitating such an intellectually stimulating and enlightening session. Their insights have undoubtedly deepened our understanding and sparked meaningful reflections on this critical topic. I'm delighted to invite Ms. Sridevi C., Head of the Department of Economics, to extend the vote of thanks for the session. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. Good morning, all. It's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this special occasion. I would like to thank all the honorable delegates who blessed us with their presence. I'm also very much thankful to all program advisory committee and the invited speakers. Words are not enough to thank their constant guidance and support to shape the conference. I, on behalf of the organizing committee, convey deep regards and hearty thanks to the chair, Dr. Geopol, the director, Monty International Institute of Management Studies, Puthanangadi, who spared time from his busy schedule to grace the occasion. Today, we had an opportunity to hear your thoughts, sir, and this will surely encourage us in all our future endeavors. Thank you, sir. We are truly honored to have you. Now, I extend the words of gratitude to Honorable Resource Person Dr. Anne Baby, Assistant Professor, Rajagiri College of Social Sciences, The paper titled AI in Warfare highlighted the integration of AI in military operations to revolutionize warfare and the need of careful consideration of the implications for global security and international law. Thank you, ma'am, for honoring us with your presence and sharing such valuable insights. Finally, I would like to thank all of you present here for making the time to be with us today and helping us make this event a grand success. Thank you all.
Yes, this session is over. Thank you.
So that marked the conclusion of our very first session. We are moving on to the next session of the day. We have some promising and engaging, insightful paper presentations. Before proceeding to the session, sharing a few instructions to the paper presenters as well as the participants. The time limit of each presentation is 10 minutes. Paper presenters can expect questions from the judging panel and from the audience. Please take care not to exceed the time to keep our session on schedule. In case of any technical issues or delay from the presenter during the presentation, for the time being, we will move on to the next presentation. But don't get panicked. You will be given another chance for the presentation and the time will be informed you personally. Instructions for the audience: you are allowed to ask questions during the Q&A session or may put your questions to the chat box. Ensure that the questions are respectful. We are not at all encouraging any disrespectful questioning. And now, with much pleasure, I welcome Dr. Bindulada K.T., Assistant Professor, Department of History, to chair the next session. Dr. Bindulada completed her PhD from Kannur University, focusing on Kudiyattam, a study of its historicity and cultural significance. She brings with her a wealth of knowledge, having presented numerous papers and published extensively. We are honored to have her guide this session and we warmly welcome you, ma'am, to take the lead. Welcome, ma'am.
St. Mary's College is an educational institution established and run by the Congregation of the Sons of the Immaculate Conception, CFIC. Blessed Luigi Maria Monti, the founder of the Congregation of the Sons of the Immaculate Conception, CFIC, the patron saint of St. Mary's College, Puthanangadi. A student spends his or her maximum time in the college campus. St. Mary's College, Puthanangadi is a unique institution of higher education in several ways. Its platitudinous tradition and consistent achievements in various fields of human activity develop it with a brilliance of outstanding temple of knowledge. St. Mary's College turned to be the first educational institution of CFIC in India when it was officially inaugurated by District Collector of Malappuram, Sri James Verghese IAS, in a public meeting presided over by Bishop of Tamarasheri, Mar Jacob Tumguri, on the 17th June 1996. Initially, the college offered pre-degree courses privately, and in the succeeding years, the institution marked its presence with private studies in BA History, BA Economics, BSc Maths, BA English, and BCom. Sister Udaya of CMC, of first batch, secured first rank in BA History. Many students have obtained ranks in various streams, and the recent achiever is Sri Lakshmi B, as she bagged the first rank in MA English during the academic year of 2016-18. We have trained security guard who can observe the students and help them around when they are not being taught in class or after college hours. Our campus spreads across about 11 acres, situated near Angadipuram in the Malappuram district of Kerala. The college has the easy accessibility of both the road and the railways. The college campus is refreshingly green with beautiful gardens which provide a shady ambience to the premises. The college has a well-designed administrative block. Our administration block includes the principal's room, guest room, college administrative office, visitors lounge, examination section, and so on. Both the students and parents can approach the office for their admissions, fees payment, student scholarship, student registration, and all other educational needs. We are committed to maintain and enhance our biodiversity through appropriate environmental management techniques. It is true to its foundational vision and mission to develop the college as a unique institution recognized globally for its excellence and innovation, equipping the students to venture out into the competitive world. The college, through its many years of uncompromising journey, has grown into a pioneering institution offering 13 undergraduate programs and 3 postgraduate programs. Our college is a large and diverse organization with staff and students from a broad range of backgrounds and experiences. We aim to create a tolerant environment where everyone can reach their full potential. The college is endowed with excellent physical infrastructure, which provides an academic atmosphere conducive to the integrative development of the students. It has turned its perspective plan towards the best academic growth. Our classrooms, furniture, and other equipment are allotted to the departments to ensure their optimal utilization for conducting both curricular and co-curricular activities.
Welcoming once again the chair of the session, Dr. Bindulada Kirti, Assistant Professor, Department of History. Dr. Bindulada completed her PhD from Kannur University, focusing on Kodiyatam, a study of its historicity and cultural significance. She brings with her a wealth of knowledge, having presented numerous papers and published extensively. We are honored to have her guide this session, and we warmly welcome you, ma'am, to take the lead.
Good morning. Welcome all to this session. First of all, I would like to say thank you for Ms. Letitia for your welcome address. Today we are all gathered here as part of the International E-Conference organized by St. Mary's College, Tenangadi on the topic Digital World Without Borders, a multidimensional perspective. We are having 12 paper presentations in this session, but the forenoon session includes 5 paper presentations, and among them, the first presentation is by Dr. Bestin Verke, Assistant Professor, St. Mary's College, Pothanangadi, on the topic Digital Transformation of India's Electoral System, Progress, Challenges, and Future Prospects. Dr. Bestin, please unmute your microphone and share your PPT.
Hello, I'm audible.
Of course, you are audible.
Respected my co-president, Dr. Bestin Verke, Assistant Professor from Department of Political Science. Today, I will be presenting my paper on digital transformation of India's electoral system. Here, I will be looking at the progresses which have been made in the digital world, in the electoral process, challenges and future prospects. So, the evolution technologies in Indian elections. The first electronic voting machine was introduced in 1990s to streamline the voting processes. In 2000s, the role of the voter's ID card with EPIC, the electoral photo identification card, was issued and to reduce fraud. In 2010, an online registration portal was opened for registering voters. At present, the AI and blockchains are to secure and efficient electoral processes are being used. So these are the key initiatives in digital transformations. Electoral management, that means it is digitized right now with electoral rolls for accuracy and accessibility. Online voter services for providing online registration information and grievance redressal mechanisms have been taken into consideration. And then comes EVMs and VVPATs, electronic voting machines and voter verifiable paper audit trail machines are used. Nowadays, there are C-Vigil apps like C-Vigils and other things have been initiated for the purpose of election monitoring. The major progresses achieved are, it has enhanced the efficiency and reduced the time and resource required for conducting elections. It increased the transparency and visibility to electoral process to the voters and the stakeholders. It improved the accuracy, that means minimize the errors in the voter registration and voter counting. And nowadays there are more participation as compared to earlier. In 2015, it was around 50% of voters have participated in the election process. Now it is around 75 to 80% has been are participating in the election processes. That means there is a great participation in the election process. Even though there are using of AI, artificial intelligence or digital mechanisms, there are so many challenges and obstacles faced right now, such as digital divide, that is unequal access to technology and internet connectivity in rural areas. That means rural areas are not getting required number of technology facilities. That means there are maybe network issues or some other issues in the rural areas. And the voters who are staying in the backward areas are lack of awareness about the digital tools which are available to the voters. Then comes the major fact is security concerns. As we have seen, there are many cyber attacks. So for a mechanism or an agency or in a process which is most important in a democratic situation area, the security concern regarding the cyber attacks on online is very much data breach. So these are attacks, that is a security concern, and protecting the voters' data and preventing misuse is also one of the major obstacles faced by the Election Commission and the agencies. Cybersecurity threats and mitigations. Even though firewalls are implemented, reboost the firewalls to protect against unauthorized access. There are sometimes the firewalls are break by the various cyber hackers. Encryptions. The same sensitive authors data are encrypted for safeguard and encryptions. Intrusion of detentions, deploying systems to detect system to cyber threats. Security audits, conducting regular audits to identify vulnerabilities and ensure compliance is the major issues. Impact of social media. As nowadays, the major focusing area of an election campaign is social media. This is rise in social media. That is due to use of new platforms, political campaigns and information disseminations are happening in the social media. Spread of misinformations. Like nowadays, as with the original news are spreading very as in a slow process, but the fake news are going as fast as compared to original news. So the informations of misinformations are passed very soon. So that is a major challenge faced in combating fake news. Voter polarization, potential of echo chambers and increased political divisions. That means there are chances of political divisions in the voters among them. Need for regulations. There should be a regulation to regulate the online content, as the Supreme Court has given a direction to the central government to make regulations on regarding the telecast of online content and promote media literacy. Successful implementation of digital tools. There are some case studies. That is, Andhra Pradesh, real-time monitoring of polling station using webcasting has led to enhanced transparency. Telangana, use of facial recognition technology for voter verification reduce impersonation. Karnataka was the first state to use mobile apps for voter education and awareness, resulting in increased participation. Future prospects. First one is artificial intelligence. Automating data analysis and improving voter service is one of the major things can be used through artificial intelligence. Second is blockchain, ensuring secure and transparent vote recording. Third is emerging technique, exploring virtual reality of voter education and engagements. Information technology, Internet of Things for efficient logistics and monitoring is one of the major things has to be taken into consideration. Recommendations. First one is that as there is a digital illiteracy among voters, the education for digital literacy should be encouraged. Then comes the strengthen cyber security measures has to be strengthened so that the cyber attacks can be lesser in the election process. Accessibility. It should ensure equal access to technology to every voters, irrespective of their residence or any other things should be ensured. India's digital transformation offers huge potential. However, it requires proactive measures. These measures must be in place to address challenges and harness technologies. This will ensure free and fair elections. Thank you.
Thank you, Bastin. Your presentation is over. Now, the presenter conducts a deep search in his area. The paper conducted a deep study on the evolution from traditional voting methods to the implementation of Thank you, Bastin. Your presentation is over. The presenter conducted deep search on his area. The paper conducts a deep study on the evolution from traditional voting methods to the implementation of advanced technologies such as electronic voting machines, the voter verifiable paper audit trail, etc. So now this is a very good paper presentation and it is open for queries. The paper presentation is over. The next presenter is Divya S. Nair, Assistant Professor, St. Mary's College, Pothanangadi, on the topic Feminist Trends in Digital Area, Challenges and Future Perspectives. Welcome, Divya. Please unmute your microphone and share your PPT. Mrs. Divya, your PPT is ready. Start up the presentation. Good luck.
Good afternoon, all. Respected Chair, other dignitaries, co-presenters, and other participants. I am Divya S. Nair, Assistant Professor, PG Department of English. I am delighted to present my paper on Feminist Trends in the Digital Era, Challenges and Future Perspectives. This presentation explores the transformation of feminism in the digital era, the opportunities it presents, the obstacles and activities faced, and the potential paths forward. The digital age has revolutionized feminist movements, providing new avenues for advocacy, awareness, and solidarity. The digital age has reshaped feminist movements, amplifying voices, mobilizing activism, and creating new avenues for dialogue. Social media platforms, online campaigns, and digital storytelling have given feminism, fostering global solidarity and bringing critical gender issues to the forefront. Social media enables global feminist advocacy. Challenges include algorithm. Digital feminism disrupts traditional power structures, empowering individuals to create change. So, the movements, feminist movements like Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, amplifying feminist voices and awareness campaigns. So it has demonstrated the power of digital activism in challenging oppressive systems and advocating for gender equality. Risks include online harassment, doxing, and coordinating in misinformation attacks. Hashtags drive global conversations and policy changes are used here. Feminist influencers and digital educators play a crucial role in shaping discourses. Important feminism concepts like cyberfeminism, a movement exploring the intersection of feminism and technology, digital activism, and digital literacy, promoting women's access to digital skills and education, and recognizes intersections of gender with race, class, disability, and sexuality. Digital activism enhances inclusivity and awareness through accessible content. Online discussions challenge mainstream feminism to be more inclusive. However, alongside these advancements come pressing challenges. The challenges of online feminism, like online harassment and cyber misogyny, disproportionately target women activists. It also spread of misinformation and anti-feminist narrative undermine feminist advocacy. Digital divide limits accessibility for marginalized communities and non-English speakers. Feminist content creators face algorithmic suppression, affecting reach and engagement. Cyber harassment, algorithms bias, misinformation, and the commercialization of feminist discourse threaten inclusively the effectiveness of online activism. So the feminist representations like Emma Watson, Len West, Janet Mock, and Jessica Valente, Bell Hooks, Roxane Gay, etc., all of them use their platform to promote feminist values, challenges patriarchal norms, and advocate for social justice. Then, corporate feminism in advertising often lacks substance beyond branding. Social media influencers and feminist journalists are reshaping narratives. Digital platforms provide alternative spaces for women to create and share content. So, economic empowerment through digital feminism, the entrepreneurship creates new opportunities for women-led business. The economy offers flexibility, but also raises pay disparity and job security concerns. Women's networking group online provide mentorship and funding opportunities. Crowdfunding platforms support feminist business initiatives and social causes. So, male allies can change gender norms and advocate for gender inclusive policies because of the role of men in digital feminism. Campaigns like He for She encourage inclusive advocacy and support gender equality. Addressing toxic masculinity benefits both men and women in personal and professional spaces. Men in leadership roles can influence workplace culture and hiring practices. Online communities foster discussions on positive masculinity and dismantling patriarchal norms. So the future of digital feminism, that's media feminist steps like this, and technology empowers, it also reinforces existing inequalities. AI and emerging tech can combat online harassment through better moderation tools, strengthening global feminist networks through collaborative digital initiatives, integrating feminist perspectives in tech development to prevent gender biases in AI and algorithms, combining online activism with offline policy advocacy to drive legal and societal change. So digital spaces for feminists, safe spaces for feminists. Online communities provide support for marginalized groups. Safe spaces in social media help survivors of gender-based violence. Challenges include maintaining privacy and combating online trolls. So cyber laws protecting feminist activities, the laws against cyber harassment and doxing, need for stricter enforcement of online safety measures, advocacy for stronger protections in digital spaces. At last, the final thoughts and call to action. Digital feminism has transformed advocacy and awareness. Challenges like harassment and misinformation need urgent attention. Collective action is key to advancing gender equality in digital spaces. While technology empowers, it also reinforces existing inequalities, making it essential to critically examine its role in shaping feminist narratives. Through my presentations, I explored the evolution of digital feminism and its key trends, challenges in online activism and representation, the future of feminist advocacy in a rapidly evolving digital landscape. By understanding both the opportunities and obstacles of digital feminism, we can envision a future where technology becomes a true catalyst for equality.
Presentation is over. The presentation was very good, and Ms. Divya tried to explain a new area of study. Now the paper is open for queries. No more queries. The next presentation is by Mrs. Akhila S. Pillai, Assistant Professor, PG Department of Commerce and Management Studies, St. Mary's College, Pothanangadi, on the topic Artificial Intelligence in Human Resource Management, a new paradigm for organizational success. Akhila S. Pillai, please unmute your microphone and share the PPT now. Your PPT is ready for presentation. Please start the presentation. Good luck.
Am I audible? Good afternoon, everyone. Respected Chair, Dr. Bindulata ma'am, other dignitaries, co-presenters, and all other participants. I'm Akhila S. Pillai, Assistant Professor, PG Department of Commerce and Management Studies. I'm here to present the topic AI in Human Resource Management, a new paradigm for the organization success. It is rightly said that the past 10 years of IT have been about how people work, and the next 10 years of IT will be about transforming the business organizations. IT will be about transforming the business organizations of all sizes and shapes and are putting on their digital avatar. But why so? What are the reasons? The answer is simple. the emerging technology like AI, big data analytics, blockchain, and so on. In today's rapid evolving business landscape, organization faces numerous challenges in managing their human resource effectively. The traditional HR practices are often manual, time-consuming, and prone to biases. This is where AI comes into the play. AI encompasses a range of technology and methodologies aimed at stimulating human intelligence capabilities such as learning, reasoning, and problem solving. HR plays a pivotal role in modern organizations, encompassing practices focused on recruiting, developing, and retaining talent to foster an effective workforce. The integration of AI in HRM is crucial for organizational success. AI can streamline HR processes, enhancing decision-making and improving employee engagement and retention. Now, I'd like to invite your attention to the role of AI in recruitment and selection. It explores the transformative role on revolutionizing the recruitment and selection process by automating candidate sourcing, screening, and matching. AI-powered chatbots can also facilitate real-time communication with candidates. AI-driven candidate sourcing. AI automates initial recruitment stages. It analyzes vast applicant pool quickly. It reduces manual resume reviews. AI's capacity streamlines candidate sourcing. This can lead to more accurate decisions. These decisions are also more unbiased. Chatbot limitations on screening also affect the mid-level roles. Its importance must be strategic. Diversity and bias reduction. AI indicates diverse candidates. This fosters a more inclusive workspace. There are some ethical issues concerning algorithm-based bias arises. Development must be transparent. AI in employee engagement and retention. AI can analyze employee sentiments and behaviors, enabling organizations to tailor their engagement initiative more effectively. AI-powered platforms can also provide personalized learning experience for employees. Personalized employee experiences provide HR-tailored recruitment and training. It fosters more inclusive environment for work. AI also analyzes employee data. It revolutionizes employee experiences by tailored approach. It enhances engagement and performance. AI enables customization. Real-time feedback and predictive modeling. AI provides real-time feedback through predictive modeling, which helps in instant insight, data-driven decisions, knowledge management, and reduced turnovers. Now, moving on to the impact of AI on training and development. AI can transform the training and development landscape by providing customized learning paths, visual reality training, and predictive analytics for measuring training effectiveness. Customized learning paths with AI. AI tailors education to individual needs. It enhances engagement and retention. It aligns with the organization goal and helps in identifying the skill gap of the organization. It also enables VR, virtual learning, for enhancing training. VR provides immersive practical learning environment. AI analyzes and adapts training needs. It reduces bias, which is formed by human analysis. Now, going on to the training and effectiveness of AI, that it provides data-driven insight, personalized feedback, and predictive analytics. AI analytics provides insight into training effectiveness, including skill development, performance improvement, and knowledge retention. AI identifies areas for improvement and recommendations, tailored learning paths, enhancing employee engagement and satisfaction. Now, looking on to the benefits of HRM, benefits of AI in HRM, it increases efficiency, effectiveness, and innovation. Automated routine task reduces time and resources in recruitment and onboarding, which helps the management in focusing on the key areas of organization. Effectiveness helps it. Data-driven insights improve decision-making, aligning talent with organizational goals. Then now focusing on the limitation of AI in the present scenario, there are chances of bias in algorithms, lack of emotional intelligence, and data privacy. It will be answered in the future time. AI systems may adversely reinforce existing biases. This lead to discrimination in HR decisions. Now, the future of AI in HRM is exciting with trends such as AI-powered recruitment, personalized learning experience, and predictive analytics and employee retention. In the final thought, I'd like to focus your attention that the integration of AI in HRM requires a commitment to ethical practices, continuous training, and willingness to adapt to the emerging technologies. Organizations that embrace AI will position themselves for sustained success in future. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Mrs. Aguilar. The presenter analyzes the importance of AI in different sections of human resource management. The presentation was very good and it is open for queries. There is no more queries. The next paper presenter is Dr. Pooja A, Assistant Professor, Department of Political Science, St. Mary's College, Puthanangadi, on the topic Bridging the Digital Divide, Digital Inclusion and Challenges. Dr. Pooja, please make your microphone audible and share your PPT now.
May I proceed, ma'am? Am I audible? Am I audible? Respected Chair, Dr. Bindulada ma'am, co-presenter and participants. I'm Dr. Pooja A, Assistant Professor, Department of Political Science, St. Mary's College. First of all, I want to convey my thanks and regards to St. Mary's for providing me with an opportunity to make a presentation in the well-reputed academic initiative. So let me enter the presentation. So in today's world, social media and digital platforms have become an integral part of daily life. So the digital revolution has created an undeniable urge to stay connected, informing the way people live, work, and communicate. So the present International E-Conference of St. Mary's is an outstanding example of this digital revolution, showcasing the power of virtual reality and online connectivity. So when we're discussing the digital technology, it is important to critically analyze a critical issue emerged, that is digital divide. So the present paper title, Digital Divide, Bridging the Digital Divide, Digital Inclusion and Challenges. Moving on the first slide, it deals with subject matter of the presentation. Here, the presenter tries to convey certain matters relating to the topic and presentation, such as concept clarification, types of digital divide, and impact of digital divide in different sectors, and role of government and NGOs in reducing digital divide and create an ample opportunity for digital inclusion, and technologies for digital inclusion, future trends and recommendations. So these are the subject matter of the presentation. Moving on the next aspect, it deals with concept clarification. So here the presenter tries to define the term digital divide. So the digital divide refers to the gap between those who have access to digital technology and those who do not. Definitely, the digital divide affects educational sectors, employment sectors, and also create social inclusion. So it can also create unfair differences in society where some people move ahead while others are left behind. So to create a fair and equal world, we need to make such that everyone, no matter where they live or how much money they have, can use digital tools and technology. So bridging this gap is crucial for inclusive growth. So moving on the next slide, it deals with why digital inclusion matters. So here the presenter tries to clarify 3 important points that have root for digital inclusion matters. So before entering to the clarification of 3 important points, the presenter tried to define the term what is digital inclusion. So digital inclusion means everyone can make use of digital technology regardless of their social, economic, educational background. So digital inclusion provides equal opportunities in education and jobs and encourage economic growth and innovation, improves access to essential services like healthcare and banking. So moving on the next aspect of the presentation, it deals with types of digital divide. So we can generally categorize digital divide into 4 types such as economic divide, geographic divide, social divide, generalization divide. So here the presenter aims to explore the areas where the digital divide happens. So sometimes certain people are witnessing economic divide. Economic divide happens when people are unable to access digital technology due to financial insufficiency. So geographical divide happens where there is a huge connectivity gap between urban and rural sectors. Then social divide happens when there is a difference based on education, gender, or disabilities. And exactly generalization divide happens older population struggling with digital adoption. So these are the 4 categories of digital divide happening in India. So this illustration shows what are the types of digital divide, what the presenter have already discussed in the previous slide. So moving on the next slide, it deals with reasons for the digital divide. There are several factors contributing to the digital divide in India, such as lack of infrastructure, high-cost technology, digital illiteracy, economic disparities, geographical barriers, gender and social inequality, limited government policies, cyber security, and privacy concerns. So by addressing these issues, definitely policymakers can work towards closing the digital divide and creating equal opportunity for all. So moving on the next slide, it deals with impact of digital divide in different sectors. So the presenter also mentioned various reasons for the growth of digital divide in India. The reasons or the factors that definitely contribute to the digital divide create certain impacts in different sectors such as educational sector, healthcare sector, economic sector, and governance sector. Digital divide happens in educational sector definitely leads to limited access to online learning resources, and digital divide in healthcare sector leads to unequal access to telemedicine and digital health recording, and digital divide in economic sector definitely create job market limitations for digitally excluded population, and digital divide in governance sector leads to lack of access to digital public services for various communities. Then moving on the next slide, it deals with the role of government and NGOs in reducing digital divide and create ample opportunity for digital inclusion. So government can provide various policies. Government can create various policies for affordable internet, public Wi-Fi, and digital literacy program. NGOs definitely provide training programs, sponsorship for equal access, and private sectors can making investment in different sectors for making low-cost devices and connectivity solutions. Even though the government, NGOs, and private companies play a significant role in promoting digital inclusion, further efforts are needed to bridge the existing disparities in digital access and connectivity. Moving on the next aspect, it deals with emerging technologies for digital inclusion. So there are numerous initiatives by the side of government and various communities to promote digital inclusion and reduce the severity of the digital divide, such as Digital India Initiative, Google's Internet Sadi program for women's empowerment, free public Wi-Fi initiatives, community-led digital literacy program, 5G and satellite internet, AI-driven digital literacy platform, affordable smart devices, e-governance platform for wider accessibility. Even though we have such initiative by the government with different communities, the digital divide is one of the major concern while we discuss the topic of digital era and digital inclusion. Moving on the next aspect of the presentation that deals with strategies to bridge the digital divide. According to the previous slide, it is crucial to discuss the recommendations and suggestions to revamp digital inclusion to reduce the digital divide in India. Here, the researcher put forward certain strategies to bridge the digital divide, such as expanding internet infrastructure, providing affordable devices and data plans, digital literacy programs and training, public-private partnership, government policies for inclusion, increased global investment in digital infrastructure, more inclusive technology policies, AI and automation driving accessibility, then collaboration between government, tech firms, and communities. So moving on the last part of the presentation, that is conclusive part. To what extent digital divide can be reduced and create an ample opportunity for digital inclusion? Because digital inclusion is key to social and economic progress. Definitely the government and policy makers can create digital inclusion in order to collaboration between government, private sectors and communities is essential. So by investing in technology and education, policy makers can create equal opportunities for all, ensuring access to digital resources and empowering individuals to participate fully in the modern world. So the motto of the presentation is to promote digital inclusion and reduce digital divide. So the illustration shows is an outstanding example of digital divide. As a presenter, I created this picture with the help of AI tool. How can create this picture? But how many can? So this is a crucial question, leads to the important topic, that is digital divide. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pooja. Thank you, Dr. Pooja. The presenter conducted deep search on her presentation. It was a totally different area and the presentation was amazing. Her presentation is keeping a close relation with the conference theme also. So the presentation is The next presentation is by Mrs. Anjana P., Assistant Professor, PG Department of English, St. Mary's College, Puthanangadi, on the topic Appearance, Consumption and Gender Roles, Women's Identity in the Digital Landscape. Mrs. Anjana, please share your PPT now. Your PPT is ready. Please start the presentation. Good luck.
I hope I'm audible. Good afternoon all. Respected Chair, Dr. Bindulada ma'am, distinguished guests, esteemed dignitaries around the world. It's an honor for me to be a part of this international webinar. And I would like to thank St. Mary's College, Puthanangadi, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to present my paper, which is titled as Appearance, Consumption and Gender Roles, Women's Identity in the Digital Landscape. My name is Anjana, Assistant Professor, PG Department of English, St. Mary's College, Puthanangadi. The objective of my study is examining consumption patterns and gender roles, analyzing the intersection of gender identity and digital spaces, and assessing the role of influencers and online communities, and also critiquing social media's role in shaping gendered expectations. So the significance of study is the exploitation and objectification of female body and the impact on gender stereotypes. And also this paper will be exploring the complexities of women's identities in the digital age, focusing on how appearance, consumption patterns, and gendered expectations interact and shape the way women are seen and see themselves in the digital spaces. So let us take a deep dive into my paper. On one hand, social media offers platform for connection, we all know, for self-expression and empowerment, allowing individuals to communicate with others across the globe for experiences and engage in important social movements. The digital economy has endowed new opportunities for women entrepreneurs, particularly in e-commerce, digital marketing, and online services. So these are the famous or these are the renowned social media platforms that we all know. And brands and advertisers capitalize on the data from social media platforms to target users more precisely, influencing purchasing decisions and some habits. The digital space transforms individuals to perceive and present themselves through the social media platforms and online spaces. They find new avenues for self-expression and interaction. The intersection of appearance, consumption, and gender roles plays a significant role in this process, and the pressures to conform to idealized beauty standards alongside the rise of influencer culture and consumerism has influenced how women present themselves online. As women continue to carve out spaces for themselves in the digital environments, the tension between personal empowerment and societal expectations remains a defining feature of their online presence. In certain advertisements, women are often, this is the area which I'm focusing. In certain advertisements, women are often commodified in ways that reduce them to objects, focusing on their
പകുതി വെച്ച് അഞ്ചരയുടെ കഴിഞ്ഞു.
Sorry for the technical glitches happened in between. So let us take a look at this world-renowned ads where female bodies being objectified or commodified. So such advertisements often commodify women by reducing them to mere objects of desire or symbols that sell a product rather than representing them as fully realized, multifaceted individuals. They are depicted as decorative or subordinate to the product, which can create the impression that their worth is tied to their looks or sexual appeal rather than their talents or intelligence. Advertisements often reinforce gender stereotypes, depicting women in roles that emphasize beauty, caregiving, or domesticity. These representations limit the way women are viewed in society, reinforcing traditional, sometimes outdated notions of what women should be or aspire to. In an effort to capture attention, many ads sexualize women, focusing on their bodies or using suggestive imagery. So that is what we have seen just before. This treatment reduces women to their sexuality, ignoring their full identity and reinforcing the idea that their primary value lies in their physical allure. Contrary to this, in many ads, women are portrayed as passive recipients of products, services, or lifestyle choices, often shown as being dependent on others or waiting for external validation. This portrayal diminishes women's agency and reinforces traditional power dynamics. So let us look at yet another world-renowned advertisement where a woman is being objectified or a woman is being used for only to do the domestic chores and other works. There are numerous advertisements across various industries that have been widely criticized for commodifying women by objectifying, sexualizing, or reducing them to mere symbols of desire or status. For instance, so I would like to grab your attention into certain examples. So first one, I would like to tell you about one of the incidents that happened during 1970s and 1980s. That is the advertisement of Volkswagen, which was a very renowned car brand. Volkswagen has used women in a highly sexualized manner to sell their cars. An example is from 1970s and 1980s, where car ads often depicted women as objects of male desire, with the implication that owning or driving a car could increase a man's appeal. The women are typically portrayed in revealing clothing or suggestive positions, reinforcing the idea that women were part of the status associated with owning an expensive or high performance vehicle. The second one is that of a very renowned body spray, which might be very familiar for all of us. That is Axe body spray, which has long used over-the-top sexualized ads to sell their body spray products, often depicting women as mindlessly attracted to men who use Axe. One infamous ad featured women literally falling from the sky to be near a man who used. Then the third one is from Red Bull's ad. In some Red Bull's ad, women have been depicted in ways that reduce them to objects of male desire, designed to enhance the product's appeal. So on social media, Women are often commodified in a variety of ways, particularly through their appearance, behavior, and online presence. Women are frequently encouraged to meet these unrealistic standards with their value, often linked to their physical appearance. The commodification occurs when women's bodies are objectified, treated as products to be displayed, admired, and consumed. They use filters, beauty applications, and makeup tutorials on social media, which is very widespread. Then the tools often promote the idea that women's natural appearances insufficient or undesirable, further commodifying women's faces and bodies. Their faces, their bodies, and their lifestyles are essentially marketed as products to be consumed by their followers, turning women into commodities in this process. So here is yet another social media influencer who is making use of her body in order to sell certain makeup products only for consumption. So social media can perpetuate traditional gender roles where women are expected to fulfill certain stereotypes, such as being nurturing, fashionable, or focused on their appearance. And some women choose to sell explicit content or engage in sexualized content for money, while others are forced into this dynamic due to societal pressure or financial hardships. Then the commodification of women on digital platforms has a range of complex and significant effects. Women are frequently objectified through images, advertisements, and content that focuses primarily on their physical appearance. This can lead to an environment where women are being judged based on their looks or sexual appeal rather than their skill, abilities, intellectual capacities, or personality. Then platforms like Instagram, OnlyFans, these are certain examples, and others can facilitate the commercialization of women's bodies, where women may be pressured to create and sell content that plays into sexualized imagery to gain attention, followers, and also revenue. Then the digital commodification of women can fuel online harassment, trolling, and also cyberbullying. This includes issues like, and also there are a lot of issues which is being faced by the women. These are the major results of such commodification or objectification of female body. It includes issues like body image anxiety, depression, and the fear of judgment or rejection. So I would suggest, I would like to suggest certain ways in order to overcome all these issues which are being faced by women on social media. The first one is to encourage diverse representation and also to prioritize authenticity over appearance. Also encourage media literacy and promoting body positivity and self-acceptance, also fostering supportive online communities. Then to conclude my paper, we all know that digital platforms often reinforce traditional gender stereotypes by commodifying women's bodies and reducing them to their physical appearance or sexualized images. This leads to the objectification of women, perpetuates unrealistic beauty standards, and exacerbate issues like body image, anxiety, and online harassment. However, the commercialization of women identity for consumer purpose complicates this empowerment, as women are often pressured to fit into the commodified roles that prioritize consumption over genuine self-expression. So thank you for your patience and attention. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ms. Sanjana. Ms. Sanjana conducted a deep study in to find women's space in this digital area, and she did a good job in her area. Thank you for your amazing performance.
Dear all, we will now break for the lunch. The paper presentation sessions are scheduled to commence promptly at 1:30 p.m. We kindly request everyone to return on time as the afternoon promises to be engaging and insightful. Thank you. See you again.
Thank you.